Hello friends, my name is Sandeep. Welcome to my channel. This is the first video on interview question and answers for the system administrator profile on Windows. In this video we will cover three important questions. What is system administrator? What is server? And what is Windows server? So let's start with the first question. What is system administrator? So guys, system administrator is a person who is responsible for upkeep, configuration and reliable operation of computer systems, especially on the servers. And the role and responsibility, if system administrator is working on desktop support, then the role and responsibility should be like that I mentioned. He should he will be take care of the data center. He should be take care of the hardware peripherals such as computers, laptops, printer and scanners, etc. He should be responsible for the basic troubleshooting related to the network in case of any issue coming on the network. Any system is not reachable, then he should be able to identify the root cause of the issue and try to fix it. He should be responsible for the smooth working of the servers and the applications which is running in the internet or over the internet. He should be responsible for the configuration and troubleshooting of client mailbox such as Outlook and Lotus Notes, because most of the organization are using these two mailbox mailing functionality for the mailing purpose. So he should be aware about the client side configuration and troubleshooting on these two mailbox. He should be responsible for the backup of the servers. He should be the knowledge on Active Directory, DNS and DHCP server. In case any issue from the DHCP server or system is not getting the IP address from the DHCP or taking the jump IP address, then he should be aware about the troubleshooting steps and try to fix that issues as soon as possible. He should maintain the hardware inventory and the license software. License software I mentioned here as let us suppose if some of the critical system is crash and you are not able to restore from the backup or any utility. In that condition you have the license software inventory with you, so accordingly you can build a new server and install the same software of licenses over there and provide to the client. So it should be good practice for you. Let's come on the role and responsibility. If system administrator is working on the server support, he should be aware about the ITIL process and monitor the ticketing tool. If any incident or task is coming to the dashboard, he should be take care of that, take the ownership and try to fix that issues. He should be take care of the data center and maintain the inventory. He should be responsible to build the server as per the business requirement. He should be responsible for the configuration of the server such as Active Directory, DNS, DHCP and many other features and roles are available in server manager in Windows operating system. So accordingly you can install the rules. If you want to install RDS service, then RDS rules are there. If you install federation service, so federation rules are there. If you install certificates server on a separate machine, then certification services rules are available. If you install file server, print server, like that, many rules are available in the server manager. So accordingly you can install the rules on the server and use in production. So he should be responsible for the configuration and troubleshooting of virtualization such as VMware and Hyper-V. Many other virtualization software as well in the market like Citrix. But if you're working on Windows platform, then you should be aware about the VMware and Hyper-V. He should be responsible for the server networking. It should be the physical server or it should be the virtual server. So in both the environment, you have to be knowledge on the troubleshootings on the network issue. And I mentioned two more point here, knowledge of the web server and knowledge of the storage, firewall switches and routers. Because if you're working on a client side and you are the single point of contact, so at that time this kind of task is coming in to your bucket. So you should be aware about that on the web server, what kind of task from the OS perspective you can proceed. Like if needs to install IIS role on the server, so you can install IIS role from the server manager. And if needs to redirect HTTP to HTTPS, then there are some rules you have to configure in IIS. And if web server should be required SSL implementation, so you generate the SSL certificate SSR from your end, from the server, and proceed for the SSL. And if on the story, like if any extension is there, it needs to be upgrade the drives expansion on the storage, then you should be aware about that, how you can expand the expansion on the existing storage. And firewall means if any web server or any service over the internet required any incoming or outgoing traffic on a particular port, so you should be aware about the rules for rules creation on the firewall, and switches and routers as well. And server should be compliant. Compliant means here security scans should be running on a monthly basis. And in the result, if any system is non-compliant, like any vulnerability is there, then you have to be find the solution on that and try to fix it. And antivirus also should be up to date. Let's come on the next question. What is server? Server is basically a computer system who merge the data or information and provide this data to the client's computers on request over the internet or in the LAN, local area network. I mentioned some main component of the server like motherboard, memory, hard disk, CPU, network port, and power supply. And the server requirements, I mentioned it like that. If you want to install a server in your premises, then a separate places should be required, like server room or data center, which always kept clean. And 24 hours cooling required for the server, and server should be placed in a rack. And 24-hour power supply is also required. And in case there is some issue with the power failure, then you require the power backup as well, like DG. So come on the next question, guys. Here, uh, what is server and what is Windows Server? So most of the peoples are giving the same answer for both the answer, but these are different. Server is a machine, hardware machine, okay. And if we are talking about the Windows Server, then this is the definition of the Windows Server. Windows Server is a series of server operating system developed by the Microsoft Corporation. Different versions of Windows Server are as mentioned below. Windows 2000, 2003, 3R2, 8, 8R2, Windows 2012, 2012 R2, Windows 2016, 2016 R2, 2019, and 2022. The latest one is Windows 2022 is running. And I mentioned some basic requirements here to install a Windows Server, like CPU, memory, hard disk. So minimum 1.4 gigahertz CPU is required, or CPU is required, but as recommended by the Microsoft is 2 gigahertz. In the same way, memory is required 512 MB to install an operating system, but recommendation by the Microsoft is 2 GB. And hard disk should be required 32 GB to install an operating system on the hardware, and it is recommended by the Microsoft is 40 GB. And optical drive, it should be a DVD ROM drive. So guys, we have covered all these three questions in this video, so you just review it. I'll come with some more informative videos. Till then, you please do like, share, and subscribe my YouTube channel. Thanks for the watching.